You guys haven't seen this person in a long time. Kinkerton. Say hi to everyone. Kinkerton. There you go. Today, wow, it's echoing here. Is that good or bad? That's probably bad. So over the winter, my wife ended up losing half of the Votex slip that's on the Mark V GLI, but that was like torn up from like 4 years of it being bagged and getting slammed against the ground and stuff. And it was an original Votex slip, but it's like ripped in half from like driving in the winter and stuff, and unsalvageable. And they don't actually make these anymore, so I got a replica Votex slip off eBay. And it's funny because I just finished telling you guys not to buy eBay parts, but for something that's not even manufactured anymore, like how can you avoid not buying a replica? So I pretty much didn't have a choice unless I wanted to run some weird non-OE looking aftermarket one, or I don't even know, the original GLI one that's just like a textured black plastic, which I'm not a super big fan of either. So this is the next best option, and I did some searching and found that there are some replica lips that are better than others. And so we're gonna get it all into that. But before we do, I wanted to explain some changes that happened to the channel. And I don't really know if that's affecting you guys or not, but I wanted to just, maybe if you saw this change, to reiterate what's going on. So I'm no longer going to be using my therealswiper.com email address. That was just because it's not paying off to actually be paying for these services. The G Suite, which allowed me to have the @therealswiper.com, and actually just my website in general. So both these things will be closing down. And for my photos, I'm primarily going to be using my Flickr account, since that's a free service and the quality of the photos doesn't get messed with. And then as far as YouTube, to change the email account which I log in with, I had to convert my account to a brand account, and I transferred all my videos and all my subscribers over, but the links that used to be there might no longer work, and all the comments that I've made on my previous account aren't there either. So you literally don't have to do anything, or at least it doesn't appear that you have to do anything. It looks like it transferred all my subscribers over, but in case you saw some sort of weird change, this is technically a different channel, but it's just under a brand account now. Okay, so this is the replica Votex slip I was talking about. Not all replica lips are treated equally. One of the main things that I've noticed when I was searching, since I've had the original one, I'm able to compare to what the original one actually has. A lot of these aftermarket ones are trimmed along this front edge, so it doesn't include any of its under paneling that ties into the under tray. And also this comes with these little side brackets here, and that ties into the fender liner. So this appears to be made, at least the mold appears to be made from an original Votex lip. Even the way these things stick up, when you get an original one from the factory, these are curled up like this. So this must be made from an actual OEM lip. The only thing that's different from OEM is these two little struts right here. That's kind of like a dead giveaway that this is an aftermarket lip and not OEM. Maybe I'll trim these, considering trimming these, but I'm just gonna paint it for now. Some of the things that gives away that it's a lower quality is along these tabs. There are some, I'll bring you guys in closer to show you some of these, but some of these tabs are sort of chipped away. They didn't really get the full tab, so the plastic in the mold didn't make its way all the way to the edges, which is kind of like an indicator of like a lower quality mold. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. We're gonna fit it up today. I will also give you a recommendation as to whether I'll buy it, but as far as all the aftermarket lips goes, I don't really know if you have another option as far as a Replica Votex lip that is quality, and not just some rebranded thing. This is $80, and this is like the highest quality Replica Votex lip you can get. So we're gonna give it a try and test it out. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds to get this lip color matched. And honestly, if I did, the hood and the bumper would need respray anyways, as well as some of the parts in the fender where wheels used to rub and stuff back when it was bagged. So as a temporary solution, I'm going to be Plastidipping the lip. And I've seen people do this in the past. They just left it black and it kind of looks good. It matches the textured sides and the textured rear valence. And I know a lot of you are probably gonna hose me in the comments. One, I just told you not to buy eBay parts and I just bought an eBay part. And two, I'm using Plastidip, but I just don't really have another option right now, and the car would look a lot better with this on than with the busted up Votex lip. If I don't like the way it looks, I'm going to just go to the OEM GLI valence. That's I can get for like 20 bucks in a junkyard probably. But yeah, I just don't really have the means. And then the other thing to know is that this same product is probably rebranded and sold under many other company names, and that eBay is just one of the places you can get it. That being said, I went there because it was the best deal. So I'll link below a link to where I got this lip from. I believe it was for $80. I saw other ones that were similar and comparable, probably the exact same thing, anywhere between $100 and $300. So I got the least expensive one. And maybe it's 80 bucks because the ones with mold imperfections were the ones that are sold under this cheaper price point. But other than that, as far as the Plastidip process goes, I am gonna just be doing a time lapse over it, but I will link in the description below a quality video on how to go about Plastidipping parts to get you the best possible outcome. So I just didn't feel like making a DIY when there are a million excellent DIYs out there for how to Plastidip your parts, that it would just be repetitive, and I don't know that it would add anything. I think I'm adding value by giving you a review of this lip itself. So I don't have anything else to say. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna clean it with alcohol, and then I'm gonna start spraying with Plastidip. All right, so the Plastidipping is done and it's dry. I mean, it looks like Plastidip. Not 100% stoked on the finish, but at the same time, it's gonna look better than what I'm about to show you. The wife's gotten home now, so I get to show you what the current situation is, and you'll understand that this is still better than what's on there right now. So this is the current situation. I mean, it's not great, right? So we're gonna try and fix all this. So if you can't see this, I'm using hardware from my old thing because this didn't come with nut plates. I'm assuming they just meant for you to like send it with some self-tapping screws. It's definitely what they meant for you to do, but I drilled holes and I'm using the nut plates from my old Votex kit. Okay, one side done, and I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now there's a long one in the center of the Votex lip, so you just line it up at the center of your bumper and then you work from the inside out. Oh man, so some stuff has happened. I pulled all the grills off so I could get behind there and like push it in to get the clips to engage. And I pulled off the lower front fender liner because it was just getting in the way, and I thought it was quicker to just pull that stuff off really quick. So see if I can't figure this out. And I'm sorry I didn't film that. I'm running out of light, so I really got to get this done because I fly out tomorrow. So let's try this again. Okay, you know, the fitment is pretty good, shockingly good. All right, I'm gonna keep getting this reassembled, but so far my initial thoughts are that it looks really good, and for 80 bucks, I don't know, having owned the OEM one and knowing that you can't get them anymore, this is like a really good alternative. So again, I'll be sure to put the stuff in the link below, and I'm going to keep assembling this stuff, so we'll probably initiate some sort of reassembly time lapse. Okay, the whole car is back together now. So sorry for the grainy footage, but it's dark out, so I had to crank the ISO way up. But I'll give you one last look, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on it. All right, so real quick. My honest opinion is that I think you should buy this, especially if an OEM one is so hard to come by. The fitment is almost exactly like OEM, except for in a couple spots, like I pointed out earlier, where the mold wasn't quite right. For $80, it fits fantastically. It's very snug. It snaps in just like the OEM one snaps in. Just a great fitting lip. Obviously it would look way better if it was color matched, and that's something down the road because the bumper and the hood and all our stuff needs to be resprayed. Maybe I won't even end up bothering, because my goal with this car is when I graduate next year, we're gonna get the wife like an all-wheel drive daily, and then this car I'm going to turn into a track car, and I'm gonna try and design my own aero. I would say look out for that, but that's like way down the road. But my final thoughts are this is a great fitting kit, and tips on installing the Votex lip is to pull off the under trays, the forward wheel well splash guards, and then all the grills, and that allows you to like grab the bumper and then push in the lip with your thumbs, and you get that positive snap engagement into the lip. So that's my tips. I mean, it looks way better obviously than the trashed and smashed one, so this is just a huge improvement. I tried really hard this week. I think I got 3 videos to you guys in 1 week, and that's because I'm ramping up for school, and so I'm really trying to get content out for you guys to let you know to stick around while I'm in my senior year, because it's going to be total insanity. But until next time, I will see you guys later.